Hello everyone, welcome to Get Real with Real Estate with Melissa Steele. I've got Boots here, can you guys see him? For some reason he was insistent on joining our video today. So he's going to be here in the background as we chat about the importance of communication and relationships in real estate. So John and I just came from a happy hour where we were networking and enjoying the company of some of the agents that we used to work with at our old brokerage. It was great to reconnect with them and, chat and just connect about how business has been going and all the fun things that you connect with old friends. But what was really interesting and what was really powerful and what was coming up a lot in our conversations was how different a real estate transaction goes when there's a great agent on the other end of it versus a terrible agent on the other end of it. And one of the things that John and I really pride ourselves on in our business and as overall on Team Steele, one of the things that we train the agents on our team is truly like how important communication and relationship is in this business. We have always approached it as a very long-term thought process. So we are very cognizant of not burning any bridges and really being mindful in our communication with other professionals in the industry. And it has really started paying off for us. So to give you guys an example, just this week alone, we've gotten, in the last probably 8 to 10 days, we've gotten 4 offers accepted on our team. And with those 4 offers, it's becoming more and more of a habit where we run into the listing agent or the buyer's agent, and they have either already been in communication with us because we're very committed to communication. So from the very first day, if we're working with a buyer, very first day they even want to check out a property, we're already talking with that agent. If they like it, we're giving that agent feedback immediately. By the time our client wants to write an offer, the agent knows me by name and is answering the phone like, "Hey Mel, how's it going? Did your clients choose to write an offer?" We're almost besties at that point because by the time it comes time to writing an offer for my client, or if I'm on the selling side and I'm the listing agent, by the time it comes time to receive offers for my sellers, I want to have a really good relationship with either the buyer's agents who are submitting their offers to me or that listing agent that I'm going to be submitting my buyer's offer to. And the reason being, relationships are so important in real estate. Hey mister, what are you doing? No scratching the couch. I'll just hold him. He'll be a great addition to the video. What do you think? Is communication in real estate important? It is. I'll just hold him because he's a baby. So in real estate, it is so important to be communicative because one of the things that I've noticed in the last 4 deals that we've gotten offers accepted on, those agents have either commented about our communication or even made a note, made a comment like, "Oh, your Team Steele, awesome." And I'm like, that's cool. And the reason is because we've been so committed to communication up to this point in our business that agents are starting to know if and when they accept an offer from Team Steele, the likelihood of us getting it to the finish line is high. And as a real estate agent myself, I'm always super excited when I have a responsive, responsible, knowledgeable, excited agent on the other side. When I am a listing agent looking for buyer's offers for my, seller's listing, the agent representation is everything. I have literally warned my sellers against accepting certain offers because of the agent representation. So if you are a buyer out there and your agent maybe isn't answering or returning your phone calls, it could be a really clear indicator of how they're running their business. Another super key indicator that you'll want to ask your real estate agent, and this is the key one, is your agent full-time? That is a very valuable question to ask any agent when you're interviewing. In my experience, anybody who does something part-time is typically putting in part-time effort. The people who are doing full-time effort, who are literally selling homes to put food on the table and to feed their children, those are typically the ones who are working really hard, pounding that pavement, getting it done. Just last week, we had an agent call us, a listing agent, had a new listing, but they're part-time, they have a full-time job, so what they were doing was they were calling agent teams around San Diego looking for an agent to hold the house open and help them sell it with no referral fee or anything. Just, they had taken the listing, but they didn't have the capacity, they didn't have the network, they didn't have the knowledge to hold that home open and to sell it to their network. And so when you're hiring an agent, it's really important to think about the impact of that agent's responsiveness, not only to you, but to other agents, potentially impacting your transaction, and their relationships within the business. How many other agents are they friends with? John and I, at this point, we've closed 3 or 4 deals with some agents. Now, when we submit an offer, we just, look at Boots' little face in the corner. Hey, booties. Oh, hey. We just recently, what was I going to say? I got distracted by little Boots' face over here, this cutie. But ultimately, what was I saying? Darn it. Oh, well. Regardless, if you're working with the relationships being so impactful. We just recently got an offer accepted for a client that was really competitive, multiple offers on the table, but guess what? It's because we closed the deal with that agent prior. She was like, oh, the last transaction was such a breeze. You guys were so responsive. You closed it. We actually closed early. It was amazing. Even though there were multiple offers on the table, and I don't think ours was the highest, we got it accepted because there was that relationship. She was able to tell her sellers with confidence, I know this agent, I closed a deal with them, they're super responsive, they're on top of it, accept their offer. And her feedback really worked. And that's the same feedback that we give our sellers if we know the buyer's agents or if we worked with them before. The same way that there's agents that I've worked with to this point where I'm like, holy moly, I am never accepting another one of that agent's offers. Wow, that was a nightmare. Or, quite literally like, wow, I hope to never I've had listing agent experiences be so poor that I literally think to myself before going into another one of their listings, oh God, I hope a buyer doesn't want this property. Because that's how much of a nightmare it was the last time I tried to close a listings deal. So for those of you who are shopping around for an agent, this is a really important factor of your home buying process. It may not be something that affects you, substantially in terms of your personal relationship with your agent or your personal home buying or selling experience, but just know that your agent's responsiveness, communicativeness, and their relationships with other agents in the business and other professionals in the industry will help to determine the success of your sale or purchase. So it is a really important factor to keep in mind, and it's one that so often slips our mind. It's one thing to be like, oh, the agent hasn't responded to me in 24 hours, and we often have a side conversation of unworthiness. So it's like, they're probably so busy with all those other high-end clients that they have, not having enough time for me. Oh, why haven't they responded to me? It's been now 2 days. Oh, this agent, I want to be a higher priority than this. If that's your experience, I can guarantee that how they do one thing is how they do everything, and they are likely having that response time with everyone. So if you're having that conversation around your agent, first of all, you are worthy of having an awesome agent who is responsive all the time for you. Obviously not when they're sleeping and stuff, but to a reasonable extent. Hopefully within 24 hours response time, if not shorter. That seems quite, 24-hour turnaround time I feel like is pretty reasonable, is the word I'm looking for. Reasonable to expect, I think. So quicker turnaround time, you are worthy of having that, and you are worthy of having a really exceptional experience, and also not paying top dollar for a house unless you, if you don't have to. I always want to strategize with my clients as to how we can save them the most money, how we can get them the best bang for their buck, how we can get their offer accepted without being the highest offer on the table. You don't have to be the highest offer on the table to get your offer accepted. It comes down to solving the seller's needs. So, if you want to connect with us and talk more about this amazing topic, it's one that's definitely impacting your personal real estate goals, I am sure, whether or not you realize it. You either have an awesome agent who is networking and kicking ass in their relationships to help you get your deal, or you've got an agent who maybe doesn't prioritize that as much. Perhaps they're a part-time gig or whatever it may look like for them. And so you get to figure out what that looks like. You get to make sure that you're asking your agent the right questions when you're interviewing, and you get to make sure that you're in good hands as you either purchase or sell your dream property. So we'll talk to you soon. Thank you so much for joining on this episode of Get Real with Real Estate. We always appreciate you. Boots enjoys that you joined. Booties. Oh, we can't see his little face here. There he is. So cute. Thanks you guys for watching. I'll talk to you soon.